Today, we're talking about visibility and marketing and how in concert they can work to get you more traction in your business. Now, every month, Women Speakers Association offers a training for members to receive as part of their membership, as well as non-members to attend live. And this high content training is to guide women to expand their message and have a greater impact. As you can see, today we're going to be talking with Donna Duffy, who's going to be sharing with us her visibility success roadmap insights for the training she's doing next week, June 8th at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So welcome, Donna. How are you?
I'm happy to be here, Laura. Thank you so much.
Yes. So, Donna, I know you are a visibility and marketing strategist for midlife women entrepreneurs. And I would like to know a little bit more about you and what drew you to helping women in this area of visibility.
I think a lot of women, they want visibility, they want to be able to serve clients, but a lot of times it's the actual visibility that can inhibit. So I found myself supporting their efforts to take imperfect action, to step out there, to especially women over 50, share their wisdom, share their insights, share their knowledge and experience, and then gain that visibility consistently in aligned platforms to their target market.
Wow. It's huge because, there is so much wisdom out there, especially with women, and women do need to be more visible and make it because we need to make that bigger difference. We have big passions. We want to see greater change in the world. So what advice do you have for women entrepreneurs regarding becoming more visible?
I think part of it is what I did share with the area of imperfect action. I think we need to kind of set aside perfectionism. We need to show up fully. And when we do that, I think we've got a message to share. And that is really the essence of Women Speakers Association, women with a message to share. So as we step into those aligned platforms, and we do that consistently, we do that by not being all over the place, but being able to just show up on a regular basis and sharing our primary work, we will get known. So the vision that you have, you can follow that with visibility. That visibility allows you to bring value to the marketplace as you come from service. And through that is a validation that allows for just credibility. It allows for that sense of authenticity, authority, all of those kinds of things. And it allows a woman to be like a North Star. So she can then be a trailblazer and people can feel that she's a leader, that people can follow her. And it's just done a lot of times, not by a big splash. I think this is what scares us sometimes with visibility, like got to be all out there in the biggest way possible. But even in the smallest of ways, showing up on a regular basis, we can do a lot of good things in the marketplace and help the women that we have come to serve see that they can step into what they're trying to do. So a lot of times, the things that can kind of be barriers and inhibit are really just being able to be yourself and show up just as you are. And I think that takes away some of the overwhelm.
Well, visibility is a big word
It
for a
is.
lot, especially for a woman who's not been there. She's midlife and she wants to do something. She's not fulfilled that deep desire to make that difference or to live her purpose or mission. She has that message. And I love that you're helping them and that you're going to do this training on how to map out what you're calling your 90-day visibility success roadmap. So tell us a little bit more about why people should come and what they're going to gain by stepping into your speaker success training next week.
Okay, let me start with 90 days, first of all. So 90 days is one of my favorite things. I don't know if you've read The 12-Week Year by Brian P. Moran, The Game Changer, but really the essence of that is you get 4 mini years. So rather than 365 and go from the base to Everest to the top, which can seem very daunting and we lose our steam along the way, by breaking it down 90 days at a time, we get 4 mini years, which is wonderful. So then we can look at our visibility inside of 3 months, inside of a quarter, inside of 90 days, and then determine what are the actions we're going to take to consistently show up in 3 to 5 places, not be all over the place, not be, trying to be all things to all people. Where are our ideal clients and tribe? Where do they hang out? What are the platforms we need to be at? And then dial that in. So I always say go an inch wide and a mile deep rather than trying to be all over the place. And then by doing that, we're taking one thing leads to another. So we take those consistent actions. We have those activities that aren't random. They're planned. They're planned. Because then we are looking for visibility opportunities, invitations. I think a lot of times we just think we can, put something out there and all those invitations are going to come to us, but not without us taking consistent action. So it's a partnership really of us doing things where we're consistently showing up, and then we're looking at those outcomes. What happened as a result in 90 days? How was it when I showed up in that platform? When I shared that offer or that download or a masterclass or a call? How did that go? It didn't go so well. Okay, now I can take that out and put something in and go 90 days again. It just becomes much more manageable. As I shared with you earlier, my phrase to myself this year is honor your bandwidth. And so because of that, I've really kind of tightened things up, and I'm helping other women to do the same. And I know it is very freeing because then I do not have to, I can't gain traction if I can't spend time there. So by doing 3 to 5, I get more traction, and that eventually leads to some opportunities.
I love the honor your bandwidth mantra there. And it sounds like when you're making these mini years, like the 90 days at a time, it's very common in business, actually. A lot of businesses plan their 90-day, they do quarterly, whatever, reporting, everything is run on quarters. So it makes a whole lot of sense that we do that the same way for our marketing, for our visibility. And let's start to distinguish, because I opened up talking about visibility in concert with marketing. What's your philosophy on those two areas, and maybe tie that into how you're going to train people?
So I teach how to build a client journey map. So how to attract, engage, nurture, and deliver. Right. So when we're looking at that, the visibility is that attraction. It's the opportunity to build social proof, to build trust bonds, to provide that way in which a person can connect and find out, am I your person? And if I'm not, I'm not. But if I am, then we can take that conversation to another level and go to the engagement. Even then, that is not a close. That is not a sale. So then we nurture to the close. Then we're building deepening that relationship. I often share, don't grow your list, grow your relationships. Why? Because the numbers are not really the indicators. It's what happens with one person at a time. So this is where I look at the visibility as that opportunity to build trust, to attract, to align with my ideal clients, and then from there go to the engagement. From there to the nurture. And eventually, if that's a good fit and it all lines up and works for them, then we move toward deliver. We close the sale and move to deliver. But that just makes it so much more doable. I feel it's more gracious, a gracious way to go about it. And it allows me to show up and share without the pressure. To be able to share, not attached to that outcome initially. I'm going to track my outcome. I'm going to measure it and course correct and tweak, but not so much attached to it so that I can share freely and fully, wholeheartedly, so that, I'm not waiting till I get a sale to do that. I'm doing that now. I'm doing that right now so that a person can find out whether I'm the right fit for them, whether I'm the person to help them get the transformative solution that they're looking for.
Brilliant. So why should people come next week, June 8th, to your speaker success training entitled Mapping Out Your 90-Day Visibility Success Roadmap?
Well, first of all, we're going to talk about the number one obstacle for visibility, which is visibility. So we'll talk about that and how to get past that barrier. A lot of times that's a barrier. We create a story, we tell ourselves. So we're going to get past that and then have a plan in our hand, which is going to say, like, here are the actions that you can take on a regular basis, be able to look at your month at a glance, even a week at a glance, if that works better, and get a plan in place of how to show up. What is on me to do for visibility so that I consistently am showing up in the marketplace? What are the platforms I should be on? Where is my client, ideal client and tribe? And not just my client, my collaborative partners, because that's what leads to opportunities. A lot of times the opportunities are not always sales. There's sometimes opportunities to share our message in, with the OPA strategy, other people's audiences, which is a very powerful strategy. We'll be talking about that, the opportunities and invitations, and what you need to have in place when those opportunities come. And then we'll be looking about at the outcomes and tracking what happened, so that we put the plan in place going forward. We come to the end of 90, we wrap and recap and debrief, and then get ready for the next 90. So that's pretty much what we'll be covering during our time together.
I feel like you're going to make it very clear for people what to do, especially if you have a little bit of lack of confidence. This gives you the confidence or it may aid you in working through and getting to more confidence, because you know what to do. You have a plan and you can stick to your plan versus saying, oh, I have all this to do, I'm overwhelmed, plus I'm not confident. So you're calming that in lack of confidence and putting it into a clear plan that can get results over time.
Yeah, and they'll also have worksheets and frameworks if they'd like, so they can see how to look at a month at a glance, how to get their themes in place, their content themes in place, what are their 3 to 5 locations for the opportunities they're seeking, so that they show up there regularly, and then how do they track and measure the whole thing at the end.
Wow, you really have made it very structuredly simple. Like, it's not this complicated system. It's a simple process that has the most important elements. And I love your philosophy of building that relationship first versus building that list, because a list building is daunting, but relationship building is what we do every day.
Right.
And why not leverage that in our visibility strategy to get our message out there? And I love the OPA, and I love that you're going to give some hints on how to get other people's audiences the message out to them. So thank you for that. And yay. So for those of you watching and you're like, how do I get on this training, the mapping out your 90-day visibility success roadmap with Donna Duffy, you can go to speakersuccesstraining.com and sign up. It's free. It's free for members. Members get the replay. They'll be in the premier group and in the back end. If you don't have the link, if you don't remember the link and you are on our list, it's in your email. And again, the link is speakersuccesstraining.com. And there's more information about Donna and what she's going to be offering. Any last pieces of advice? I wanted to ask you something. Once they become seen, then what? Then they become visible, then what?
Right. So a lot of times we're seeking visibility, and I often encourage, let's go to the end and reverse engineer it, so that we don't just have, we're not just seen, we're actually found. So often we want visibility so we can be seen, but in truth, visibility so it can be found allows us to have transformative solutions at the ready for our ideal clients and collaborative partners.
And when you say transformative solutions, do you find that women entrepreneurs in their real life are ready for that? Have them ready for people to engage them?
I think sometimes we want the visibility, so then like I said, to be seen, so the eyes are on us. But when we flip it and we do so that we can be found, we're already putting in place something that the client needs. This is why I often encourage, go to the end of what you would sell, what you would deliver, and work your way back to visibility. Because then when someone says, oh, I love that, I love you, I want to work with you, you're not thrown off. You're already ready. You've got packages in place and an offer and next best steps. Even if they're not ready to buy from you, you can offer a clarity call or discovery call that just, again, is a trust bond and keeps them in your tribe, so that when they are ready, you are top of mind for them and you're the first person they think of.
Absolutely. Or they might even refer you.
Absolutely. Love that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So again, June 8th, you're on deck with the mapping out your 90-day visibility success roadmap. And I can't wait to get those templates and, engage with you on that. And all the women entrepreneurs out there, if you are ready to be visible and get found and make that lasting difference, this is the speaker success training to attend. It's going to be a brilliant time and well worth it. It's going to be 90 minutes and it'll be interactive, right, Donna?
Yes, absolutely. The whole time. Yes.
The whole thing will be interactive.
Yes.
I just think it's very generous of you to offer this. So thank you. Go to speakersuccesstraining.com if you're interested in joining us, and we will see you there next Wednesday. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Donna.